नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय. Great friends, welcome you all. Let us study together Shwethshwathara Upanishad, fifth chapter started. In this also some more ideas, indications, guidances, suggestions are given along with the reminder about the truth, the final goal to be reached. Patanai for how long we have to keep on listening this, that our minds, intellects get the understanding about it and the conviction about it, and then becomes qualified to do the required sadhana. Why worry when what we are seeking is ultimate? Let it take its time, doesn't matter. In spirituality, the biggest problem is impatience, just like the most important thing required is patience with Shraddha. With impatience in between, if we give up, we will never reach out. And when we don't reach out to the truth, the most unfortunate thing is there is no liberation and there is no alternative. Good thing and bad thing about spirituality is that there is no alternative. बस आपको तत्वानुभूति से ही मोक्ष है. There is no alternative. How much ever we search for alternatives, we may go to many places, but not to the liberation. Therefore, knowing this, that we are on the path, the best toward the goal ultimate, have patience, as you and I have now, which already we have. That patiently every day we come, listen, we come, listen. Anything consciously, if we can add to this listening, called as mananam, chintanam, called as feelings, called as prayer, whatever is little bit you can add it, it becomes more beautiful. But this is the least, this is the minimum that every day we are coming, listening, getting at least reminded about the truth. That is what we are doing. Welcome for that. And then through this, the Loka Sevaka Adi Vyaktitvas, let us understand and blossom them. Also the blessings of Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha, Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana. Before that, we do our Vedic chanting, our common sense thought, Mangalacharana Shloka Sankalpa, as well as our Veda Mantra, Upanishad Mantra Ucharana, and then Upanishad Adhyanam with Bhashyam. Vedic chanting, Rigveda, 10th Mandalam, let us do from the 60th mantra. 1 second. Krishna Vasudeva. Rigveda, Dashama Mandalam, 60, 61, 62. Let us chant these three. Om Athaveda Parayanam Rigvedaha Dashama Mandalam Shashtitamanuvakadarabhya. Om Ajanam Tvesha Sandrusham Mahina Namupastutam Aganma Vibrato Namaha Asamatim Nitoshanam Tvesham Niyayinan Ratham Bhaje Rathasya Satpatim Yojanan Mahisha Ivatitastau Paviravan Utapaviravan Yudha यस्येक्ष्वाकुरुपव्रते रेवान्मरायेद्येदते दिवीव पञ्चकृष्टयः इन्द्रक्षत्रासमातिषुरथ प्रोष्ठेषु धारय दिवीव सूर्यं दृशे अगस्त्यस्य नद्यः सप्तेयुनक्षि रोहिता पणीन्यक्रमीरभि विश्वान् राजन्नराधसः अयं मातायं पितायं जीवातुरागमद इदं तव प्रसर्पणं सुबन्धवे हि निरिः यथा युगं वरत्रया नह्यन्ति तरुणायकम् एवादाधारते मनो जीवातवेन मृत्यवेतो अरिष्टतातये यथेयं पृथिवी मही दाधारेमान् वनस्पतीन् एवादाधारते मनो जीवातवेन मृत्यवेतो अरिष्टतातये यमादहं वैवस्वता सुबन्धोर्मन आभरम् जीवातवेन मृत्यवेतो अरिष्टतातये न्यग्वातो ववाति न्यक्तपति सूर्यः नीचीनमज्ञातुहे न्यग्भवतु ते रवः अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगं शिवाभिमर्शनः 61 इदमित्था रौद्रङ्गूर्तवचा ब्रह्म कृत्वा शच्यामन्तराजौ घ्राणायदस्य पितरा मह्मनेष्टाः पर्षत्पक्ते अहन्ना सप्तहोतॄन् स इद्धानायदभ्याय वन्वञ्चवान सुधैरमिमीतवेदिम् तूर्वयाणो गूर्तवचस्तमक्षोदो नरेत इत ऊति सिञ्चद मनोनयेषु हवनेषु तिग्मं विप शच्यावनुतोद्रवन्त आयः शर्याभिस्तु विनृम्णो अस्या श्रीनितादिशङ्गवस्तौ कृष्णायद्गोष्वरुणीषु सिदद्दिवो न पाताश्विनाहुवेवाम वीतं मे यज्ञमागतं मे अन्नं पवन्वां सानेशमस्मृतद्रू मस्मृतध्रू प्रतिष्ठयस्य वीरकर्ममिष्णदनुष्ठितन्नु नर्यो अपौहत् पुनस्तदा बृहति यत्कनाया दुहितुरा अनुभृतमनर्वा मध्यायत्कर्त्वमभवदवीके कामं कृण्वाने पितर्युवत्यां मनानग्रेतो जहतुर्वियन्तासानौ निषिक्तं सुकृतस्य योनौ पिता यत्स्वान्दुहितरमधिष्कन्क्ष्मया रेतः सञ्जग्मानो निषिञ्चत स्वाद्यो जनयन् ब्रह्मदेवा वास्तोष्पदिं प्रतपां निरतक्षन् स ईमृषानफेनमस्य धाजौ स्मदा परैदवदभ्रचेताः सरत्पदानदक्षिणा परा वृङ्नतानु मे वृषन्यो जगृभे मक्षो न वह्निः प्रजाया उपब्धिरग्निं न नग्न उपसीददूदः सनिते ध्वं सनितोतवाजं सदर्ता जज्ञे सहसाय वीयुत मक्षूकनायाः सख्यं न भग्वारुतं वदन्तरुतयुक्तिमग्मन द्विबर्हसोऽय उपगोपमागुरद क्षिणासो अच्युतादुदुक्षन् मक्षूकनायाः सख्यं न वीयो राधो नरेतरुतमित्तुरण्यन् शुचियत्तेरेक्न आयजन्द सवर्धुगायाः पय उश्रियायाः पश्वायत्पश्चानियुत वियुता उदन्तेति ब्रवीति वक्तरीरराणः वसोर्वसुत्वा कारवो नेहा विश्वं विवेष्टिद्रविणमुपक्षो तदिन्वस्य परिषद्वानो अग्मन्पूरो नदन्तो सदन्तो नार्षदं विवित्सन् विशुष्णस्य सङ्ग्रथितमनर्वा विदत्पुरु प्रजातस्य गुहायत भर्गोहनामोतयस्य देवाः स्वर्णये त्रिशधस्ते निषेदोः अग्निर्हनामोत जातवेदाः श्रुतेनो होतर्ऋतस्य होताधृग उतत्या मे रौद्रावर्चिमन्तः न सत्याविन्द्रगोर्तये यजध्यये मनुष्वद्वृक्तबर्हिषेतराण रराण मन्दोहितप्रयसा भिक्षुयज्ञो अयं स्तुतो राजा वन्दिवेधा अवश्च विप्रस्तरति स्वसेतुः स कक्षीवन्तं रेजयत्सो अग्निं नेमिं न चक्रमर्वतो रघुद्रो सद्विबन्धुर्वैतरणो यष्टा स वर्धुं धेनुमस्वन्दुहध्यै संयन्मित्रावरुणा वृञ्ज उक्थैर्ज्येष्ठैर्विरर्यमणं वरूथैः तद्बन्धुः सूरिर्दिविते धियन्धा नाभानेदिष्टोरवति प्रवेनन् सा नो नाभिः परमास्य वाघाहं दत्त्वाश्रुचा कथितश्चिदास इयं मे नाभिरिह मे सदस्तमिमे मे देवा अयमस्मि सर्वः द्विजाः प्रथमजारुतस्येदं धेनुरदुहज्जायमान अधासु मन्द्रो अरतिर्विभावावस्यति द्विवर्तनिर्वनेषाड् ऊर्ध्वायश्रेणिर्न शिशुर्दन्मक्षो स्थिरं शेवृदं सूतमाथा अधा गावौपमातिङ्कनाया अनु श्वान्तस्य कस्यचित् परेयुः श्रुतित्वं सुद्रविणोनस्त्वं याडाश्वग्नस्य वा वृधे सूनृताभिः अदत्त्वमिन्द्रविद्यस्मान्महो रायेन्वदे वज्रबाहुः रक्षा च नो मगो नः पाहि सूरीननेह सन्तिस्ते हसस्ते हरिवो अविष्टौ अध यद्राजानागविष्टौ सरत्सरण्युः कारवेजरण्योः विप्रः प्रेष्टः स ह्येषां बभूव परा च वक्षदुत पर्षदेनान् अधान्वस्य जिन्यस्येन्यस्य पुष्टौ वृतारेभन्त ईमहे तधूनो शरण्युरस्य सूनुरश्वो विप्रश्चासि श्रवसश्च सातौ युवोर्यदि सख्यायास्मे शर्धाय स्तोमं जुजुषे नमस्वान् विश्वत्रयस्मिन्नागिरः समीचीः पूर्वीव गातुर्दाशत्सूनृतायै सगृणानो अद्भिर्देववानिधि सुबन्धुर्नमसा सूक्तैः वर्धदुःखैर्वचोभिराहि नूनं व्यध्येति व्यध्वैति पयस उश्रियायाः त ऊषुणो महो यजत्रा भूतदेवास भूतये सजोषाः ये वाजागम् अनयता वियन्तो ये स्थानि चेतारो अमूराः రెండు చాలు both are enough. Two are remaining. We'll see tomorrow. Narayana friends, so many people do so many chantings. We also have done so many other chantings. Entire Valmiki Ramayanam we chanted, Adhyatma Ramayanam we chanted, Bhagavatam we have done, Tulsi Ramayanam we have done, Bhagavad Gita so many times, hundreds of stotras we have done, all Upanishads we have done with Bhashya now in the Prasthanatraya Parayana, that also going on. So many hundreds of stotras, suktas, and other things like Lalita, Vishnu, Sahasranamas, all of them also are done, and you are familiar with them, you can do them. But Vedic chanting, Veda mantras, directly Rugyaju Sama Tharvana, very rarely somebody does it. Whether somebody does it or not, but in our own interest and joy, we are doing it every day for those 8 to 10 minutes in this class and the other one. There's no other way than this to become more and more familiar to our own roots called as Vedic customs and Vedic what do you call way of living, Vedic knowledge, Vedic tradition. So that's the idea behind our everyday chanting that can be given up straight away. We can enter into the study of the Upanishad also. Right now, the second aspect of the day today, common sense thought. In today's common sense thought, the discussion is to be observant about our ego and know that ego is our firstmost and biggest enemy. In other words, I am my own Shatru. In general, in every aspect of life, in particular in spirituality. So, mind you, if this ego is kept in its limits and made to surrender and make it submissive, be careful to listen that which is the Devata who will not bless us without. But do we go to the Devatas? No, why don't we go to them? Why don't we surrender to them? Why don't we do upasana to them? Why don't we pray to them? Why don't we have Shraddha to them regularly? The only reason is we have our own ego. This ego is so powerful, yet appears to be simple. Simple but very powerful. And it is playing its own continuous play. The proof of it that any Devata, if we had surrendered long back, they would have blessed us for both bhukti and mukti. क्या गणपति भगवान में वो शक्ति नहीं है कि हमें अनुग्रह करने को? गणेशे विभौ प्रसन्ने दुर्लभम किम? Didn't we chant that mantra in our Ganesha Bhujanga Prayata Stotram? So too, Hanumata sei Sarva Sukha Karai. Will not Hanumanji take care of us if we surrender? Is not Bhagavan Shiva powerful enough to bless us with bhukti, mukti? Is Rama, is Krishna? They are less in Shakti, Krupa, Karuna, Anugraha. Is not Mother Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Lalita? Every Devata has all love, all power to bless us with bhukti and mukti. But we don't surrender. We have our own ego with our own stupid plannings and projects. You understand that? We don't surrender to them. Therefore, we don't get their blessings. This is a sign and proof of our strong ahankar, ego. In the same way, which are the eternally existing rishis, that they are less capable and non-cooperative, are not having karuna towards us to bless us? Are they are not there? Is the Vasishtha Muni not existing now? Is the Vishwamitra Muni not there? Is Valmiki not there? Is Vyasa Bhagwan not there? Is the Vamadeva Bhagwan not there? Atri, Bhrugu, Gautama, Kashyapa, Angirasa, Bharadwaja, Yajnavalkya, Maitreya, Lomasha. Every rishi is there always. The Jabadagni Rishi, the Parashara Rishi, the Shukadeva Adi Shankara Bhagavan, our own Gurus, Gurudevas, all of them are always there. And they are full of that jubilant love, enthusiasm to help us to cross this ocean of samsara. But again, it is our own ego that तुमको तो मेरे को बोलने वाले और मैं नहीं सुनूंगा तुम, है ना? मैं नहीं सुनिया, मैं नहीं सुनिया. प्रेम से बोलो, मैं नहीं सुनिया. See, this is the proof that we have ego in whichever the way it is expressing, but it is there. That we don't surrender to any of the Guru. Therefore, we never are blessed for the simple crossing of this ocean. Two proofs. Oh yeah, in the same way, which is the Upanishad, which is the Smriti Grantha, which Purana, which is the Itihasa, not sufficient enough to bless us, which is the Prakarana Grantha, specially given to us by the great saints like Adi Shankara, that they are not capable of guiding us, Matha. Every Grantha has all the information guidance sufficient in it to take us again across the ocean of samsara. But again the same thing कि तुम कौन होते हो मुझे बोलने वाले मैं नहीं सुनिया so the ego in us it will never surrender to any shastra, it will never surrender to any guru, it will never surrender to any of the devata. It will, therefore, it never gets blessed by them, guided them by them. Therefore, it just gets rotten in its own way of living. What ego? Which ego? Our own ego. And if these three are done, it is so simple. And that what is the funniest ego does, it makes the most easiest thing as the toughest and the toughest thing as easy. Easiest thing in life is, what? To know, or no, to do the sadhana. Easiest thing is to do sadhana because we have seen all these three blessings. If we take, it just happens. And the toughest thing is to know and accept that the sadhana is easy. To know and accept that the sadhana is easy is the toughest thing because continuously what blocks is this own ego of ours. Point one. Second, along with the ego, as a friend's ego, to destroy us are our own buddhi and अगर our own mana. ये तीनों मिलकर तार भी सकते हैं हमको, मार भी सकते हैं हमको. फिलहाल वो मार रहे हैं. Ego doesn't surrender equally. Intellect doesn't shut out its what do you call habitual wrong thinking or its lethargy. Ego is fully active dynamic for the wrong thinkings. Ask the the intellect is fully dynamic to think about that which is nonsense. It will go on thinking about which is not required. The intellect. But tell that intellect to think about the spiritual related things वो कहती है मेरे से नहीं होगा. How much thinking planning in the intellect we do every day for our gaining artha and kama and involving in them, indulging in them. क्या क्या दिमाग नहीं लड़ाते. अब वही दिमाग शास्त्र अध्ययन के लिए लगाओ थक जाती है. बिना कुछ किए थक जाती है. Our intellect. If you do lot of things, then you are tired. There is a meaning. But without even opening the book, our intellect says, I am tired. That intellect again is our own enemy. Think about it. And added to the intellect is our own mind. It's fancying. It's love, its attachment, its values, its emotions are so many continuously gurgling for the world outside, for the things, for the beings and all. But when it comes to the Adhyatmika Jivana, Adhyatmika Sadhana, know the Prerana Utsaha Yukta emotion in the Mano, but the feel is the what do you call? The emotions of fear, emotions of doubt, emotions of hesitation, emotion as if it is not required at all, it is wastage of the time, so कोई फायदा नहीं है. इस तरह का ऐसा फन्नी फेस हमारा मन लगाता है. Just like our own children, take them to party quickly in 5 minutes they get dressed up and they are present. I tell them बाबा जी के सत्संग में जाएंगे, then they get stomachache. Then they get headache. They get every ache. They are not ready. Force them. चलो मंदिर जाते हैं. बाबा नहीं जाना. Again, I say third-rate children. Kick them out. Those are not ready to listen to you for good things. What's the use of having such children? Same is our mind. It has emotions for all the nonsensical things, but when it comes to the positive, पता नहीं वो क्या हो जाता है उसको. Our discussion is to become aware of this nature of our own upadhis and understand that this is where the things are going wrong, and this is where the things have to be consciously set right. And always, 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 throughout life, every day, in every class, to whichever acharya's lecture you are going, remember these two things. Throughout life, remember. One, if that sadhana is not required, they will not tell us. If that sadhana is not possible, then also they will not tell us. As simple as that. That means if the surrender of ego to the Shruti, to the Guru, to the God is not required, the Gurus or the Shastras will not tell us. And if it is not possible, then also they won't tell us. No, वही example मैं कह रहा हूँ, same thing you take. कि every of the devatas help if you have taken through the upasanas, through the pujas, through japa, through visiting mandira, through the temple, through the other things, prayers, etc. If every of the gods help you have taken, कितना मजा आता है जिंदगी में देखो. Every god is blessing me because I am doing upasana. हम क्या है ना, ये मेरा इष्ट देव करके बाकी सारे देवताओं को छोड़ते हैं और इष्ट देव का कभी ख्याल ही नहीं रखते. See how we are cheated by our own intellect. So, to what's wrong if we are in touch with all the saints, sages? One sage saint will teach us yoga, other will teach us bhakti, other will teach us Vedanta, other will teach us the common sense, other will teach us the values. Why not? We are not doing anything wrong. We are only learning and growing. No? See the example of the Tatreji. 24 gurus he has got. And all of them are worldly things, beings, not even devatas they are. Pashu, Pakshi, Vanaspati, Jantu, from all of them he has learned. ये देखो क्या, there are some intelligent people. Every devata upasana they do, they are blessed by all. लक्ष्मी का उपासना पैसे आ गए, सरस्वती का उपासना ज्ञान आ गया, दुर्गा उपासना शक्ति has come, गणपति उपासना obstacles removed, शिव उपासना the calmness of mind, कृष्ण उपासना dynamism activeness, राम उपासना धर्म. देखो, why not? अरे पागल क्यों नहीं? Is when they are available, when they are ready, isn't it? If some guru says सिर्फ इन्हीं को करो दूसरों को मत करो, he may be telling it from different purpose. The only purpose is to develop single pointedness. But otherwise जब इतने सारे देवता हैं तो सब एक एक स्पेशल शक्ति रखते हैं, तो why not take, just think about it, the help of them. But ego. And somebody may ask कि with one devata do I not get all? Definitely, but कम से कम उनको तो सरेंडर करो. वो कौन मना किए? Swamiji, I can't do all that. I'll hold on to Ganapati. Hold properly. Who says he is a copy है? पहले तो वही तो हमने कहा ना. Which God is not powerful to take care of all our requirements? Yoga Kshemam, Yoga Kshemam. Every God. So to all the Rishi Muni. सबका उपासना करो. Take the blessings from them. So to read all Shastras. Each one is unique. Each one's way of presenting is different. We can get benefit out of all of them. Are we not doing it? Luckily, you and I. उपनिषद भी पढ़ रहे हैं, देखो उसका फायदा. गीता भी पढ़ रहे हैं, देखो उसका फायदा. तुलसी रामायण भी पढ़ रहे हैं, स्कंद पुराण भी पढ़ रहे हैं. वी आर सीइंग वंडरफुल. और आदिशंकरा's literature. Are we doing anything wrong? सबके द्वारा हमारे अंदर साधक को ही हम स्ट्रांग बना रहे, हमारे अंदर के ज्ञान को ही स्ट्रांग बना, हमारे अंदर के जिज्ञासा को ही हम स्ट्रांग कर रहे, isn't it? Therefore, our own ego is enemy, helping it is our own stupid intellect, supporting it is our own mind, then added to them are our own senses. We know that. They will go on craving for the worldly things. With all the Vedanta studied in which the Brahman alone is Satyam, Jagat is Mithya, yet when the objects are there, then we are uncontrollably pulled by them. That's it. There's a great sentence. Vishayabhimukham drashtva vidvamsamapi karshati. If the Vishayas are there in front, even a Vidwan also gets karshati, attracted by the power of the Vishayas or Indriyas. And finally the शरीर तो मैं हूं ना, मेरा ही ख्याल रखो, मेरा ही ख्याल करो, मेरे ही बारे में सोचो. That body will never give you a chance or permission to go beyond it. Millions of lives we may take care of it. And at the end of it, what every Sharira gives? The fear of death and the misery of death. That's it. देखो इन चीजों के गुलाम हम वैसे ही बन गए जैसे वी बिकेम गुलाम ऑफ यूएन, वी बिकेम गुलाम ऑफ आईएमएफओ, वी बिकम गुलाम ऑफ द वर्ल्ड बैंक, वी बिकम द गुलाम ऑफ अमेरिका. बेवकूफ है क्या? क्यों बनना है भाई? यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग रॉन्ग. यू वर्क ऑन योर ओन डेवलपमेंट करो. इफ somebody object, it is their mistake, isn't it? We Hindus became the gulam of other religions and the constitution. What nonsense! Whose constitution? Which fellow made it? We have our own shastras as constitution. Can these constitution be greater than our Ramayana or what? Greater than Mahabharata? Greater than Gita or what? Some human beings intellectually made it, but we are gulam to it. So some important things, yes, required. Everybody cannot study Shastra, etc. But is it not becoming a block for the Adhyatmika Pragati of the whole country, Hindus? But we are slave. We have no guts to talk about, to add this and that. Or at least question some of the things. Why? Because of this, I as a Hindu losing my freedom, my Sanatana Dharma. So this way we are as slave outside to so many things. We are also slave to all this. And then we justify it. Who is justifying his intellect only, which has to be objectified? Who is becoming emotional? His mind only, which has to be objectified. Which is getting hurt is nothing but our own ego, which has to be objectified. देखो क्या विचित्र है हमारा जिंदगी, हर तरह हम स्वयं ही फंसे रहते. So think about it, understand what is to be done every moment as sadhana for us to ensure that we are doing. If the doing is happening in a right way and right attitude, the things that have to happen will keep on happening. And what to do? The sadhanas every day almost we see. Pull our faculties from the world and worldliness, purify, integrate, synergize them, turn them towards the divine. That's it. Thousand other things can be told, but they're all other things, not the main thing. Main thing we talk. We have to know the truth. Our goal is that. Why any other suggestion I should give? I will never give only. I'm alive, I'm on the dais with the mic in front of me. परमात्मा प्राप्ति नामक लक्ष्य ही बोलूंगा मैं. आप सुनो ना सुनो, मानो या ना मानो, अच्छे लगे ना लगे, yeah, sometime you become emotional and say, Swamiji, something else also you talk now. Yeah, I will talk some other Upanishad only. But the subject is, but you tell us how to earn money and all that. You may tell us how to enjoy this and that. भाई वो आएगा, कर सकते हो, फिर जाएगा भी, then you're on the road only again. At the step one only you are. Why that small thinking when there's a possibility of thinking to obtain the ultimate, the permanent? एक ही है जीवन में, परमानेंट है तो उसको पाने का कोशिश करो. Don't be a proven fool to seek that which is temporary. Don't be a proven fool to seek that which is temporary. And only one thing is permanent, that is Paramatma Tattva. अब इतना सिंपल लॉजिक को भी नहीं मानते हो तो कौन क्या करे? Isn't it? And you can't say, Swami, make the upadhis permanent, make the dhanakanakadi permanent. No, परमानेंट नहीं हो सकता. सेकेंडली, परमानेंट होने का कोशिश में वो इतना बोर्डम देंगे. You will never understand this. The world is continuously changing. That is why it is attractive. If it remains the same, you get hell of boredom of it. It will be headache only. Nothing in the world can continuously inspire, give us joy. हो ही नहीं सकता. It is eluding us only because it is continuously changing. If it remains same, it is very boring. Only Paramatma is the one who is permanent and non-boring. You have to reach to that level. It is so, but it is we have to change ourselves to recognize it like that perfect. So today's thought is, who are our enemies? How to make them friends. Right? This way behaving faculties are enemies. The opposite, positive way behaving faculties are our friends. Directly, already all the things are said, not even indicatively. Now let's catch it. Surrender to all devatas, surrender to all the gurus, surrender to all the shastras. Let the intellect work towards the truth. Let the mind be developed in its emotion positive for these things. अरे अभी तक मैंने एक शास्त्र भी दिल से पूरा नहीं पढ़ा, एक भगवान का भी दिल से जप नहीं किया, एक गुरु का भी दिल से मैं शरणागत होकर उनके बताए हुए साधना नहीं किया. दिस इज हाउ द माइंड शुड थिंक, एज इट यूज्ड टू थिंक अबाउट द वर्ल्ड. कि मैं उस होटल में नहीं खाया, इस बंदे से दोस्ती नहीं की, वो चीज खरीद के घर नहीं लाया. सो द माइंड बिकम्स इमोशनल अबाउट द वर्ल्डली थिंग्स. डू द सेम विद द स्पिरिचुअलिटी. एवरी मोमेंट इज गोइंग अवे. नो साधना आई एम डूइंग, ओनली जस्ट वेस्टिंग टाइम. लानत है मुझ पर. These are the emotions of the mind. This type of mind's emotions are useful. At least out of that self-insult done sufficiently with sufficient time, that the sleeping giant in us may wake up, and then we may take up our sadhanas. लगे रहो भाई, एक पल में बिना साधना का नहीं रहना. बस only Paramatma is sadhya. To get him, whatever is to be done alone is sadhana. We are not going to waste time in any rajasic bhoga, tamasic nidra. Right? Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavadu, Sahanao Vonaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, Vamsha Rishibhyo, महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम्. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानाम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यम्. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम्. ओम भवयेव भवान् इति मे नितराम् समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता. मम वारय मोह महाजलधिम् भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम्. ओम ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम्. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुति मात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनर्भाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न निर्मूलन पूर्वक वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. Friends, just chant the mantras from Narayana 6 to 10. Om Guna, sorry. अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः ॐ तद्वेदगुह्योपनिषत्सु गूढम् तद्ब्रह्मा वेदते ब्रह्मयोनिम् ये पूर्वं देवा ऋषयश्च तद्विदुः ते तन्मया अमृता वै बभूवुः गुणान्वयो यः फलकर्मकर्ता कृतस्य तस्यैव स चोपभोक्ता स विश्वरूपस्त्रिगुणस्त्रिवर्त्मा प्राणादिवः सञ्चरति स्वकर्मभिः अङ्गुष्ठमात्रो रवितुल्यरूपः सङ्कल्पाहङ्कारसमन्वितो यः बुद्धेर्गुणेनात्मगुणेन चैव आराग्रमात्रो हि अपरोऽपि दृष्टः बालाग्रशतभागस्य शतधा कल्पितस्य च भागो जीवः स विज्ञेयः स चानन्त्याय कल्पते नैव स्त्री न पुमानेषु न चैवायं नपुंसकः यद्यत् शरीरमादत्ते तेन तेन स रक्ष्यते. कृष्ण वासुदेव. 1 minute. ओम नमो नारायणाय. ओम नमो नारायणाय. ओम नमो नारायणाय. Friends, by now you must be clear. The Vedanta is not karma pradhana, it is vicharana pradhana, where the swarupa tatastha lakshana of paramatatva are being explained, of which through manana chintana we have to have understanding, and of which on the nididhyasana dhyana we have to apprehend it, we have to experience it. In fact, the problem is the truth appears to be vague, confusing, non-substantial, and the world that's projected on it appears to be substantial, clear, apprehendable. In that way, we have molded ourselves, though it is not the actual thing. The other thing is the other way around. The other round is with all its tempting expressions, the whole world, how it is so substantial and how it is binding us. Actually, that should not be the way. And the truth is so obvious, the reality is so obvious. So, through these prakriyas, to this 180 degrees transformation, we reached. And final outcome is truth, untruth is untruth. Truth never binds. And untruth, we are accepting it as untruth, then also we are no more bound. The bondage is the real is forgotten, the unreal is given, the status of reality. So this is how the Vedanta works wonders, liberates us permanently. Isn't it? Think about it, how the Dhyatmikata The Tattvajnana Sambandhi Adhyatmikata helps us. In which way it is helping. But then, इसमें क्या है? To understand it, to accept it, it takes lot of time maturity because like children, like the foolish people, we think in this world only there is everything. That emotion, that feeling of ours never allows us to pursue the positive. That वो बचपना तो जाना है, जाने के लिए उसी को जाने के लिए टाइम लगता, isn't it? Any example I can give, like morning 4 to 6. How nice it is to sleep. How beautiful. चक्का बढ़िया से एसी या फैन डाल के मजा मजा आता है. But then at the very 4 to 6 time, we can get up and get fresh and sit and deeply contemplate and are in the experience of the truth. How wonderful it is. लेकिन निद्रा में ही मजा है. In this type of conviction we are in. We are not in the conviction that the morning when we get up, we can meditate and we can realize. ये conviction नहीं. Exactly this is a topic we are discussing in Gita also. है ना? The Alpamedasa will not have Nishchayatmika Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. He will have the Avyavasayatmika Buddhi regarding sadhana, but he has got Pushpitam Vacham Pravadanti, etc. Why? His Vyaktitva is Kamatmanaha Swargaparaha, etc. From that to this, we have to transform. One example we give, you just take all other examples too. And that's why the company of saints, that's why the studying the life histories of the Sadhakas and Mukta Purushas, studying the Shastras continuously, it it facilitates this transformation in us. That this is to be sought after and not this one. उस निर्णय निश्चय के लिए सारे शास्त्र श्रवणाध्ययन मदद करते हैं. Now let us make this beautiful beginning of 5th chapter. Atha Panchamodhyaya. So in the Panchamodhyaya, in the Prathamo mantra, what is given is अक्षराश्रित विद्या अविद्या और उनके शासक परमेश्वर के स्वरूप तथा महात्म्य का वर्णन. So there are two things, vidya and avidya. What are they? We will know. And both of them are shasita and ashrita on that Paramatma Tattva only. And our goal is to reach that Paramatma Tattva. Therefore, his the Paramatma Swarupa and Mahatmya both are told. Okay? Mahatmya tells us why we have to realize. Swarupa tells us how to realize. That is the subject matter in the first mantra, and it continues. And to the entire Panchamodhyaya, Bhagavan Shankara gave the Sambandha Bhashya that Chaturthadhyaya Shesham Apurva Artha. Shesham means whatever is remaining after the 4th chapter. Second, Apurva Artham, that which was not told earlier. In the earlier all chapters. Pratipadaitum, to establish it, to tell about it to us. Panchamodhyaya Arabhyate, the 5th chapter starts. How? Dve Akshare Ityadina, through the first mantra starting with the first word Dve Akshare, etc. Now chant the mantra. Beautiful it is. द्वे अक्षरे ब्रह्म परे त्वनन्ते विद्या विद्ये निहिते यत्र गूढे क्षरं तु अविद्या हि अमृतं तु विद्या विद्या विद्ये ईशते यस्तु सोऽन्यः. अगेन द्वे अक्षरे ब्रह्म परे तु अनन्ते विद्या विद्ये निहिते यत्र गूढे क्षरं तु अविद्या हि अमृतं तु विद्या Avidya vidye ishate yastu sonyaha. By the way, anyway, the topic is discussed. One more thought we will add and proceed further. Key, the moment we are told to contemplate on the self, when the boredom, laziness, sleepiness comes, that is called the functioning of tamoguna. Whenever we are told to contemplate on the self, why self? Why not anything related to Shabda Sparsha Adi, which give bhoga to me through Indriyas? That's the meaning of we are under the influence of Rajoguna. The self, which is a reality, self which is infinite, the self is it's a blissful and it is me. And then when I realize I am that, I am mukta from all bondages. Therefore, I just have to realize it. That's it. Let me try. All the words used by the Shruti, Mata, the Rishis are the pointers, the indicators, asking me to divert my attention towards that. It's so beautiful. These words, the meaning of the words, the contemplation on the words, through those contemplations on those words, reaching to the reality, reaching to the real self, reaching to the infinite self, reaching to the blissful self, thereafter experiencing that permanent moksha. It is so beautiful. Let me do it. Let me do it that time alone, that and that alone, all the time, again and again. If this is happening in us, we are in Sattva Guna. अब समझ में आया ना गुणों का कैसा प्रभाव होता है, कैसे वो हमें जो करना है नहीं करने देते हैं, जो नहीं करना है उसमें हमको फंसाते. Even now at this very moment, just close the eyes. Either our intellect is sleepy, not thinking, or it is thinking about something outside. That intellect is not focusedly trying to understand through the words employed the Sarup of the Paramatma Tattva, which is our own self. That much it has either become extremely lazy or extremely distracted. Just like any children. वो इतना तमोगुणी है या इतना रजोगुणी है कि 5 मिनट बैठकर वो पढ़ नहीं सकता. And the parents say, grandparents, Swami, my child is so intelligent. But then the only unfortunate thing is he never focuses on study. Intelligent but not. See the problem with us? All of us have same thing. We have intelligence, but all that is used for something else. When we are told to do the contemplation on the reality, we feel sleepy. So we are in that disease of rajas and tamas. We have to come out of it and enter into the healthy mood of sattva. इसको गोल बना. इस स्थिति को मुझे पहुंचना है. इसी को वेदांत वाक्येश सदा रमंता कहते हैं. So I am myself by being the slave to Rajo and Tamo. In this type of activities I am involving. I myself have to create that Sattva in me with which, full of inspiration and application, I am able to contemplate on the truth with the words that are employed, used, indicated by the Shruti Mata. Through that, first intellectually, doubtlessly, I have to comprehend the nature of the self, the gunas of the self, the lakshanas of the self. Then, through the meditation, that self in me I have to reach out. ये जब थॉट हमारे आचार्य लोग कहते हैं, सुनने के टाइम जो हम कॉन्सेंट्रेट नहीं पा रहे हैं, दैट्स कॉल्ड रजोगुण. और जो हमारे पल्ला नहीं पड़ रहा है, दैट्स कॉल्ड तमोगुण. And when we try to listen, when try to understand, be attentive. When try to we listen, the rajoguna goes away. When we try to understand, the tamoguna goes away. When you try, you will understand definitely. That's called sattva. Right? Now, the mantra was Dve, Vidya Vidye, both of them are Akshare, Brahmapare, Anante, Nihite and Gude. That which is Akshara, that which is Parabrahma, that which is Ananta, in that are Nihita as well as Guda. Nihita means hidden. Therefore, Guda means non-perceivable. Which are they? These two. Dve. What are they? Vidya and Avidya. In that, Ksharam to Avidya. The Avidya is Ksharatmaka. What is it? Through Bhashya, every of the word and sentence we are going to digest. Ksharantu Avidya, Amrutantu Vidya. The Vidya is Amruta Swarupa and Avidya is Mruta Swarupa. And then Vidya Vidye Ishate Yahato Saha Anya. And the one who is ruling, governing, both Vidya and Avidya is somebody else. And that is called the Ishvara, the Paramatma. See that? From the Paramatma, on Paramatma only, Vidya and Avidya are dependent. By praying to Paramatma only, we have to avoid Avidya and get the Vidya. Through the Vidya, where we reach is that Paramatma Tattva only. So what is that Vidya and Avidya? Already said Ksharam to Avidya, Amrutam to Vidya. And these are not emotions and sentiments to convince us like a one who wants to sell his product, therefore he talks glorious about it. है ना? Rishi Shwethshwathara wants to sell his product, therefore he says, Bhaiya, Vidya hi Amrut hai, you buy it, the other things are Aksharam, that's all Avidya, don't do that. He's not telling it emotional. That is the way it is. So, Dve Vidya Vidye Akshare Brahmapare Anante Nihite Gude. जो अक्षर है, जो परब्रह्म है, जो अनंत है, उसमें निहित है ये दोनों विद्या और अविद्या. In them, avidya is ksharam, vidya is amrita swarup. And the one who is ishate, both of them is saha anya. Yesterday we tried to tell it. More will be when we study with Bhashyam that by with vidya we remove the avidya. Then our laksha is not even vidya. Vidya is intellectual understanding effort. Our laksha is Paramatma. Paramatma, be attentive, is not the phala of the vidya. The phala of the gaining of vidya is the removal of avidya. What about Paramatma? He is already obtained, he is already gained. That's why what the Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya does is not, it gets us Paramatma, it gets us moksha. No, it doesn't get that. What Brahma Vidya does is, it tells us that you are already the Paramatma. वो परमात्मा को लाता नहीं, आप परमात्मा हो ऑलरेडी, वो बताता है. Already I am that. Only that's revealed to me. प्राप्तस्य प्राप्ति, याद रखना, परमात्मा प्राप्ति is not the result of any karma. If it is so, anything which is the result of karma ends. Then we don't want that Paramatma and moksha which ends. We want the permanent one. And we are so already. And simple examples. The wind removes the clouds or pushes the clouds. It doesn't bring or create the sun. Sun is already there, always there. But covered by the clouds. Winds have removed. Right? The sun is the Atman, the Brahman, I am already. The clouds is the Vidya. The wind is Vidya. The Vidya wind pushes away the Vidya cloud. Then I realize I am always that sun, the self. I am always that. Sun is always there. I don't become Brahman, याद रखो मैं already हूँ. But somehow that I am Brahman is forgotten, which is called as avidya now. I am reminded that I am Brahman. So that I am Brahman, knowledge, thoughts removes the ignorance. And ignorance projected the anatma tadatma. Then I realize myself, which is already there. Okay, do beautiful mantra. Dve akshare brahma pare tvanante vidya vidye nite yatra gudhe ksharam tva vidya hi amritam tva vidya kshara vidya vidye ishate yastu sonyaha. In this mantra, if we are not careful, the mistake we do is we add that akshare and brahmapare anante to dve. No, akshare brahmapare anante is saptami vibhakti. Dve is nominative, two. What that dve goes with vidya vidye. So vidya vidye dve nihite. Vidya vidye dve gudhe. Vidya and avidya, they are held by, hidden in. Then you ask, where is this vidya and avidya held by or hidden in? Akshare brahmapare anante. In that Brahma. Among these two, if you support the avidya, then it will give you ksharatva. Ksharantva avidya. If you support vidya, you only get amritatva prapti. And both vidya and vidya are ishate, are supported by anyaha, somebody else, the Paramatma. Yesterday we told you with all examples that I am conscious of what I know and I am conscious of what I don't know. The conscious in me knows Vidya, knows Avidya too. I am the knower both of the known as well as unknown. Unknown means I know that I don't know. That's what we said on the basis of Mandukya. The known are Jagrat Swapna, unknown is Sushupti. Both are illumined by me, the consciousness. Is there any doubt? Yesterday I slept well. I know. That's why I'm able to tell. How did I know? Because I was conscious. And morning while getting up, there's a big dream came. Swamiji, a good dream came. But some dreams come true seldom. So unfortunate. What dream came? कि आपने छुट्टी दिया. हम नहीं देते हो छुट्टी. ड्रीम में भी नहीं दे. What a fool. So Monday, first day of working day, you want a holiday? अरे गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट और what? छुट्टी चाहते हो सोमवार. And yesterday's waking, today's waking also we are aware. See, I am aware of waking, I am aware of dream, I am aware of sleep. So then who are you? I am awareness. This is the meaning of Vidya Vidye Ishate Yahadu Saha Anyaha. Here Ishate means just by being aware. There is nothing to be done. By being aware itself, everything happens. That being aware is the Ishanatvam. Right, friends? Now, this, if I start, it will take 10 minutes, even more, 20 minutes. One by one word, we will digest it when we meet tomorrow. We'll stop here. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namaha. Tatsad Brahmarpanamastu. Correct, friends? Let us see it. Tomorrow, now spend some time for Gita.